Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles, and I hope that you're having an awesome day wherever you are. And today I am going to do, I've just received in the mail some new cards, and I've been waiting a while for these, and it's called the Oracle of the Angels. I hope you can see it. I've got a bit of trouble with the camera today and I don't know why. I fixed it and it went all nice and normal, and now it's back to this yellow colour, so maybe something's going on with my chakras or something. Anyway, it's by Mario Deguy, and they're just lovely little pictures, so I thought we'd go through this together. See, now it's gone back to normal, hasn't it? Okay, we'll go through this together and then I will talk intuitively about whatever I feel the message is. So just sort of close your eyes for a moment, just take a deep breath, and you know, I like to hold my hand over my heart, take a deep breath, and just feel the energy of the divine moving down through the crown into the heart, down through the body, out through the feet, and then come back into this heart area, up to the crown, and spilling all around the aura. So that's just a lovely way to sort of help you to feel grounded and in connection with the divine. So I'm going to see what message that we have today. I have a little bit of something that I wanted to talk about anyway, but we'll see if that sort of comes out. So I'll just close my eyes and focus on a message for everyone. Now, one thing about these cards I can tell you already is they're just really nice to shuffle. They're just the right size. Alright, back to the message. Okay. Alright, you just intuitively get a feeling when you need to stop shuffling. So we got this message, I am beautiful. Now I'm just going to hold that up there for a sec so you can see it properly. Hopefully you can see that. There. No shine on it. Okay, I am beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so obviously it's a message about, well, if we look at the back, there's this castle in the back with all the lights, so that's showing us, I'm guessing, like the heavens. And this feeling of beauty everywhere. So one of the angels of beauty, as we know, is Angel Asmodel, which is the angel for the month of April. But I feel that this is a direct message to something that I was actually going to talk about, so maybe this is just sort of clarifying that I need to say something. But this is about a feeling of being special and beautiful within ourselves, even when we have problems with other people, or they don't seem to agree with us, or they don't seem to understand. And what I was going to talk to you guys about was actually friendships and things that happen within friendships, because certain things have happened to me throughout my life, and you know, with friendships, even in my recent life, maybe not for about, I guess, maybe 3 years or so, I haven't had a problem, but I've had a problem in my life before with friendships. And I'm guessing, and I'm talking as though you guys are all connected and on the same wavelength as I am, that maybe someone out there has had a similar circumstance happen. But with myself, I go into friendships with all of my heart, you know, and I just really get excited and, you know, want to be friends with people. And even a lot of people who have met me through Divine Miracles, you know, we've become friends, and you know, I've gone to your house, or you know, we've hung out. And one of my friends that I met through Divine Miracles, I've gone and stayed with her quite a few times at her house, and we're like best of friends. But there has been some times where I've done this same thing, you know, I just want people to have fun and laugh and enjoy life and not be jealous or funny with each other, but just enjoy each other. But what I've found is that, you know, sometimes people don't have the same sort of view on friendships as I do, or something happens within them and suddenly it's, you know, my fault, or I've meant something in a way that they think I've meant it when I haven't, and it's just gotten all out of control. And then, you know, you end up falling apart and not talking to each other, and every time it happens I just feel like I've had this energy attack straight to my heart, like, why did this happen, and why would that person think the worst of me? And I'm guessing that a lot of you have had these kinds of situations where everything's going cool in a friendship, and suddenly you know, all hell breaks loose kind of thing, and you don't even know what's happened, or only that the other person is really upset with you, and obviously you know, they've got a problem with something that you've done or what they feel you've done. And 9 times out of 10, this is what's happened to me. Someone's felt that I've done something because of their own insecurities, or because of what they were thinking or feeling about me, which I had no clue about. Because you know, as you know, if you are intuitive, you're generally intuitive for other people, and you can't see things coming for yourself. And so, you know, all of this energy has been building up with this person, and you know, then they've been like really angry for some reason, and then when I'm coming along, then they're like angry at me because maybe because I'm happy, or maybe because I'm helpful, or I don't know what it is, but there's some sort of insecurity that happens. And I've always been taught that people's behavior you know, mirror things towards us. Like maybe there's something about myself that, you know, does this kind of thing, and I've tried to work it out, and you know, I just can't seem to work that part of it out. I don't feel like I've been deserving of a lot of the, you know, behavior that's come my way. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm angry or anything like that at people. Most of the time I've been, you know, bitterly hurt and, you know, disappointed that someone would think of me that way. And I think that comes down to the fact that, you know, throughout my life and throughout things that I've done in my life, I've always been worried, I guess, what other people will think about what I do, especially with my spiritual life, because, you know, having a life where I've been raised where it's you know, you've got this religion, and you're supposed to be fearful of God, and you're supposed to do everything that you're supposed to do because you're a sinner, and you know, so you always must repent, and you always need to feel like you've done, you need to work really hard at getting into heaven kind of thing. And so I've always felt within my life that I've got to do everything right, or else something's going to happen. And you know, within relationships and friendships, I've always felt like I've had to do everything right, or something's going to happen. So maybe I've sort of brought this on myself, where you know, I've expected something to happen, maybe on a subconscious level, but not on a conscious level. And then when it does, I'm like, oh my God, there it is again. So we need to remember that no matter, you know, what's happened in relationships and what's happened in friendships in our life, as long as we know that our heart has always been in the right place, you know, it doesn't really matter how someone else perceives you. Sometimes people perceive us in a way that's negative, because maybe it's some of the things that they're doing is negative as well. You know, maybe they think that way, and so they think everybody thinks the way that they do. And this you can get carried away with all those kinds of thoughts. You know, if you're going into something, you know, expecting a person to be bad, you know, that can't be a very good thing. You know, it can't be bringing out a positive. So I wanted to mention about this friendship thing, because sometimes, you know, I think about these other friends that I had, and all the good times that we had, and all the laughter, even all the spiritual development and things, and then suddenly it was all gone. And you know, part of me wants to say, why? You know, why don't we just be friends and just forget about it? And the other part of me says, no, because that person didn't want you in their life for a reason, and maybe the reason is so that they can find growth, and that they can find their path, and maybe later on down the track you know, you'll come back together. So the message of I am beautiful, I guess, shows us that no matter what anyone else thinks of us, or no matter what we think of ourselves, you know, if we're coming from this loving place, and you know, we're doing our best that we can, and we're living for our happiness, and you know, we're thinking positive, and we're trying to do all the right things, it doesn't mean that we have to be perfect, you know, but we just have to believe and accept ourselves for how we are. Not measure ourselves by how many friends we've got, or you know, how many, you know, successes we've got in our life, or anything like that, but more, you know, where our heart lies, and you know, where our true beauty lies, which is within us. And you know, if we're going into things with integrity, or if we're just going into something because we want to hurt someone else, or are we going into something because we want to get back at someone, or are we going into something with expectations that it's going to fail, and then when it does, you know, going, well, I told you so kind of thing. So maybe this is just a message, I guess, for each one of us to try not to be so hard on ourselves when something happens. Now, I'm using some examples in my life, and I'm not saying that I've been absolutely perfect in everything that I've done. Obviously not, to get to this point. But I do feel, and I truly do believe, that every time I go into a relationship or I go into a friendship, I give it all. I trust completely, and I don't feel that I'm going into it with any sort of malice or anything like that. I'm going into it because I really want to be friends with people, and I really want to have a good time and laugh and all those kinds of things. But not everybody is on that wavelength, and sometimes no matter how much you try to help someone, you feel like you're banging your head against a brick wall, and they've got to really lift themselves out of things and help themselves. So message today, remember that you're special in every single way, that every single one of us are gifted in our own way, and we're born that way. And one thing that really I guess sort of irritates a little bit is when people say that other people are more gifted than they are or more talented than they are, and I always feel that we shouldn't be on in competition levels with each other, but just accept that we've all got these abilities and we're working our way through them. We're starting to understand ourselves and work our way through life. And work it all out, and we never stop learning. We're always growing and changing and learning. So if you've been having an issue with a friend, or maybe you've had a friend in your life and they go back and then they come back, like they leave and then they come back and they're really sorry, and then something happens again and then they leave, or maybe they come back and then you start getting really cross with them because they've hurt you or whatever, and then you have another fallout. If it keeps going backwards and forwards like that, maybe it's time that you let it go. Or if you've had a friendship with someone in the past and you can't understand their motivation, or you can't understand what really went wrong, another thing is to let that go as well, and send love and peace from your heart to them. Try not to send confusion or negativity, or and I know it's hard sometimes not to be angry with someone when they've hurt you, because that's the most reason why we get angry, is when we're actually been hurt. Try to forgive, and you don't have to forget everything, but do try to forgive, and then that way, if something happens in your life, you can be forgiven, or when you forgive, you can have a healing of the heart area, which is really, really important to do. Not holding stuff there anymore. But something triggered this message today, and it was seeing this person that I've had a falling out with a while ago now, putting posts and things up, and integrating with another one of my friends, and it just reminded me of what happened, and I wish the person every happiness and success in the world, and I wish that we could still be close like we were, and laughing and all that kind of stuff that we were. But it's not meant to be, and this is a time of accepting that not everybody that we meet in life is meant to be on our path for the long term. Not everybody. And because the energies are changing so much, we're shifting and changing and growing so much, there are going to be people that we least expect that leave our side. And it doesn't all have to be in a nasty way. It's just maybe you just lose contact or whatever. But we're going to find new people to replace that, and new people to be in our life and be with us, and share our life and accept us for who we are, and love us unconditionally like we love them. And it is hard to find, and but I feel that it's going to get easier for us because of, as I was saying, the new energy that's on the earth and the new things that we're trying to achieve. And I feel that things are really going to step up and change for many of us, and we're going to see the good things happen to us. Maybe all the good deeds we've done in the past will come back as karma does, and we're going to be rewarded for those things. So remember that you're beautiful in every single way, and it doesn't matter how you class beauty. because some people class beauty as looks, but it's not that so much as it is, you know, your inner light, and you know, the joy that you feel in your heart, and the acceptance that you have of who you are. So accept that you're beautiful, and accept that you are a creator being. Accept that you're very, very talented, and that you can do absolutely anything that you set your mind and heart to, and the universe will align with that. You know, believe that people are in your life for a reason, and when they leave your life, it's not always all your fault, you know. So no need to feel guilty about anything. Show forgiveness. So even if you can't sort of talk to the person or whatever, just you can imagine them there in front of you, and you know, you're giving them flowers, and you know, you're giving them love, and you're closing that door down, or that energy cord down. You know, believe that you can be as successful as you want to be in life, and it doesn't take anyone else's encouragement but your own to do so, and that you are a spiritual being having this human experience. So if we don't experience some things that are bad, then we're not going to be able to resonate with other people when they're having a hard time or they're going through something. So I hope that is helpful in some way. And you know, it was good because now I don't have to do 2 videos, it all comes down into one. But I feel that message really strongly about the friends thing. Maybe a lot of us are getting sentimental, I don't know. Maybe some of us are having these memories as well. A lot of that's been going on. This strange memory comes into your mind or comes into your dream, and you can't help but reflect on, you know, the past and where you were in the past and what's happened. But anyway, I wish every single person that I've ever known the very best in life, and you know, all the success, wealth and happiness that all of you deserve. And if I'm not part of your life for some reason, please know that, you know, I still love you anyway, and you know, always will. And you know, I just want the best for absolutely everybody. And you know, there is no hard feelings about anything, it's just life. And I hope that all of you out there are just feeling the love that's coming, you know, from the divine to you as well, you know, to make you feel that unconditional love within yourself. I hope that you find it in your heart to forgive those who have really, really hurt you. And this is not just in friendships or relationships, this might be family members as well. I really hope that you get to that point where you can forgive, so that you can move on in freedom without any weight attached to you anymore, or carrying around any baggage that you don't need anymore. And that we just take one step at a time into the future, feeling the beauty of the divine, you know, within us, you know, just focusing the best that we can each day, to do the best that we can each day. And just know that no matter what, the source of everything never turns its back on us, no matter what. And if that's all we've got in life is ourself and our God, or at the source of everything, I think that's all we really need. And that will give us strength as well. So until the next video, I hope this is finding you happy and well. I will try to make some more videos this week for us all, and keep going on with our lessons and things. And don't forget, I'm still doing a special for the month of April, so you can buy a reading and you get a second one for half price. Also, you can just make a donation, that's fine, and do readings that way. I had a problem with the internet again. My internet went down and no one seemed to know what they were doing, and you know, it wasn't anyone's fault really, but someone came out and was able to fix the problem, thank God. So you know, you really notice it when you haven't got it, and I'm not able to get in contact with people and things. But anyway, it all happens for a reason. And I thank you all for listening to this video, and I look forward to hearing from you. And find me on all social media at Divine Miracles. And until the next video, it's lots of love and goodbye for now. Bye.